Good afternoon, Grizzlies. We're your hosts, Hanselwin
and Aya Garby. We're happy to have you watching another episode of What's Bruin.
With the first couple weeks of school behind us, there's a whole lot we need to catch you guys up on.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We need to make sure you Grizzlies know what to wear to school next week.
That being said, here's Joel the Fever for the weather.
What's brewing in the atmosphere? Let's find out. I'm Joel the Fever, bringing you the weather. This week is going to be cloudy overall with fairly low chances of rain. The high of this week is going to be 92 degrees on Monday, with the rest of the week looking to be mid to high 80s. At night, the weather is going to get all the way down to the low 60s, so it's shaping up to be a fairly cool week for the Grizzlies. Things to look out for is the heat coming from the Grizzly football team as they're revving up to take on Bishop Carroll on Friday. This is Joel the Fever, signing out.
Sounds good, Joel. You heard him, Grizzlies. Make sure you watch out for that heat wave from the football team.
Speaking of sports, though, let's get you caught up. Here's Peyton Burkholder with sports.
While no sports have just happened yet, Grizzlies, don't worry, fall sports start soon. Football starts September 2nd at Bishop Carroll. Boys soccer starts August 26th at Trinity's Academy. Boys, girls, cross country begins their season on Saturday, September 3rd in the Augusta Invitational. Girls golf starts September 4th at Sierra Hills. The girls tennis team will start their 2022 season on Monday, August 29th, with a match on the road at Wichita East. Girls volleyball starts their 2022 season on August 30th as they host Wichita Heights and Wichita West in the Northwest Main Gym. With all these sports coming up soon, make sure to keep an eye out, Grizzlies.
Exciting stuff, Peyton. Watch out because some of these sports will be live right here on NWHS GRIZZ.
But we'd like to introduce you guys to a new segment we have here on What's Bruin, Principal's Corner. So sit back and enjoy this week's message from our principal, Mr. Holdeman.
Hello, students of Northwest. I'm your proud principal, Mr. Holdeman, and What's Bruin? I'm here to talk to you guys about Back to Basics. As you know, we've been heavily focusing on Back to Basics this year. I'd like to thank all of you for doing such a great job so far. Remember to keep up the good work so we can continue to uphold our core values of pride, respect, and excellence so we can all succeed here at Northwest.
Thank you, Mr. Holderman. A great message and many more to come. Make sure to always tune in when it comes to Principal's Corner.
Things are really heating up here at Northwest. As most of you know, not long ago, a car caught on fire in the parking lot during school.
It's still a mystery what happened, but we finally have the answer. We interviewed Abby Fickle, the owner of the car, and we'll take you to that right now. Interviewing her is Izzy Lynn.
First things first, we're going to get straight to the point and ask what happened.
I went back to my house for lunch. On the way to my house, my air conditioner worked perfectly fine. And then when we were done at my house and everything, we got back in the car and it was really hot. I turned the thingy, but it didn't turn on. So I turned it back off and then I turned it on again. It didn't work a second time, so I put it back at zero. Put it at zero. And then we started driving, and then it decided, after we pulled out of my driveway and everything, to kick on at full blast. I tried to turn it up, and then turn it back down, because it was at zero, but it didn't do anything. One of us noticed smoke coming out of the buttons, because there's two little buttons. A little bit of smoke was creeping out of it, and then by the time, as we were going back to Northwest, it just progressively got worse and worse and worse. And so I parked. It was kind of pretty bad at that point. It hadn't started turning black yet, but it was coming out of everything, even the vents and all this other stuff. So I called my dad and I was like, do I do all this other stuff? And yeah, he told us to pop the hood and disconnect the battery cable. We didn't really know what he was talking about though, so we tried to do all this stuff to get it undone. After we popped the hood and we're trying to figure out what he was telling us to do, I walked over to the passenger side to look at it, see what was happening still, because we had cut the engine and everything. I was hoping it would calm down. It was on fire at that point when I noticed it.
So, do we know exactly what happened to cause the fire?
I was never actually giving a for sure answer, but during the event that it happened, when I was talking to my dad, he had said that it was probably faulty wiring in the AC unit, and that's what the fire investigators said before they actually looked into it.
Well, that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of What's Bruin.
Make sure to check out our Instagram page so you can message us any information you want to see and for exciting updates for everything going on in the school.
We look forward to spending a great school year with you.
See you next time, Grizzlies.
Rah!
This has been Joel the Fever signing out.